Now, for those of you who may have missed earlier videos, I explained what this was. I put a ball a couple of years ago on a stick, and my neighbor, who is a little 12-year-old little leaguer, when I put this up against the fence and he sees it in the window and he's available, this means that I'm available to throw a ball. And I hope he comes out today. I feel like throwing a ball. It's kind of the equivalent of back in the day when you had to go knocking on people's doors to go hang out.
Yesterday, everything was going too fast. Today, it's moving too slow.
Oh yeah, just back from the old walk with Cha-Cha. Ran into a couple of people. Don't know their names, but I see them there often enough with the dogs, and they're kind of cool, so I like chatting with them. I got my stick up with the ball. Hopefully my neighbor Ewan comes over and we can throw a ball. The song you just heard is from my man, Mr. Bob Dylan. And I would have to argue that of all of the albums that I have, that he has, which is a lot, studio albums, that album there, that song comes off of an album called Time at a Mind, which was produced by a great Canadian musician, artist, producer, Daniel Lanois. And it is probably, of all the Dylan albums that I've listened to, it's probably the album that I've listened to the most for some reason. I think it's because I spend a lot of the time in my studio in the evenings, and it's a real nighttime album. Yeah, it's a nighttime album, and that's actually what Lanois said too. He said it's that and the other. He done two Dylan albums, Oh Mercy and Time in a Mind, and they're both got this murky, amazing feel. The production, they're just phenomenal pieces of creative genius. Actually, great collaboration. So before I just want to put a couple of these little stitches in. I'll put them at the bottom here where you can't really see it. I'm not ready to do the whole thing yet, but I just want to see what it looks like. So I'll put a stitch in, and I'll put a little piece of cardboard. Hopefully that keeps the paint intact, and I don't have to do too much of a touch-up. I'm gonna have to touch them up, I can tell. There's one, and then I'll put the other one beside it, and I just want to see if this is going to be yeah, okay. I don't know if you can really see that, but there's the first one, and it does have, you can see a little bit of a elevation there. It's going to have a little seam on her. And I'm going to have to go around with a paintbrush after. I knew that anyway. I don't know. Maybe if I let them dry a little bit more, and but I'm going to have to touch them up. So it's going to be tedious. Sometimes Lemieux helps me with little things like that. She doesn't really love doing it, but sometimes her hand is so good and just really delicate, and she's got a good touch for those sorts of things. So now So my plan with the ball, that's gonna work. That's gonna be cool. You have those little things all the way around on the seams. Yeah, that's gonna look good. So I'll put some, I might put another coat of paint on these. I'll leave those out for a second. And then tomorrow, or whenever I'm ready to put them in, hopefully by the end of tomorrow, I'm assuming. So my plan on the ball is, actually I'll set up the camera and I'll set the glove up and stuff here, and then I'll do it, I'll explain what I'm going to do here a little bit better than where my camera is right now. Okay, we are filming. Yeah. Okay, so I'm here with the ball gloves trophy, and there was a guy actually at the park asking me what the channel was called. So I told him just look up Sculpting a Giant Baseball Glove Trophy, which, by the way, was Sam's title. Sam, my genius whiz young tech guy. So, as is tradition in baseball, and as you guys, if anybody's been following along, the trophy's big. I visualize a couple of adults perhaps carrying it out for the champion, and when it's presented, this will be able to slide out. The bat, I'm going to shave the bat down enough where it's easy to slide out, so the kids are going to be able to hold the ball up, working on the stitches and all that stuff. So as is tradition in baseball or ball, oftentimes when a team wins a championship, the team signs the ball. So there's signatures all over the ball. So the idea that I've had in my head as I was formulating the trophy over the course of it's actually been in my head for a year, more than a year actually. No, about a year. And so that was one of the ideas I was going to have. So what I'm doing is, this is the president of the Little League Association handed me this binder actually last year, and all the plaques are in here from the past winners of the trophy. And I'm going to go through. So my plan is to engrave. I'm going to carve into the wood all the champions, and I'm thinking of doing it in no particular order. It's just going to be kind of everywhere. And so when you pick it up, you got to kind of look around and see who won the trophy in the past. So that's my plan on that, and I kind of am modeling it a little bit after a smaller, much easier trophy that I had made a few years ago. Oh, there's a car coming. I had made this trophy a few years ago for my own ball club, and this was just going to be presented to the, I was calling it the player of the year, and that could have been somebody that, helped out, but usually for the most valuable player, right? So this was just done kind of in a weekend actually, and the glove that I used actually is my dad's old ball glove that he played using this glove in the 70s and 80s, and these were my team colors, gold and blue. And so what I did, I just took a softball. We played the fast pitch softball, spray painted it blue, and then I was just painting the names on. And this only has 3 or 4 names on it. So our team, after COVID, I didn't have the ability to keep it going, so I kind of returned to my former team. So that's the trophy, the names on the ball. So I was kind of had that in mind as I was designing this trophy, and I think it's going to be cool. Once the ball, I get all those little nails in there, those little stitches, red. I'm gonna carve the names in first, and that way I'm not chipping the red paint off. So I'm gonna have to do a lot of work on getting all the teams into the ball. Then once I color those, because you can see them, then I'll put the stitches in, and when it's ready to go, and then I will, after the stitches are in, I'm thinking of covering it all with kind of like a clear oil. It'll just bring out the nice grains in the fur, and then it should be good. And then I'm going to kind of I want to do the ball first, because I want to make sure that it slides out properly. The bat will be last, just to make, because I'll have to shave out a little bit more, I'm assuming, just to make sure that's a an easy thing to put in and out. So that's where I'm at right now. What I'm gonna do is start going through the past champions and writing them all over the ball, and then I'm gonna get my Dremel out and start to kind of router them out and get those in there. Okay, well, I'm just gonna spend the rest of my evening just writing on pencil, with pencil, kind of the past champions here. And like I said, I'm gonna do this very sporadically. Lots of people know the fact, or like they know that Adele sings that song, but not everybody knows that it is a Bob Dylan song off of this Time Out of Mind album. And I'm not kidding you, it is an excellent, creative, beautiful, stylized album. And again, the producer Daniel Lanois, Canadian, from Hamilton, Ontario. And a lot of people would know Daniel Lanois, the sound that he gave U2, that big sound from the Joshua Tree album, and he's produced a few U2 albums. U2, not YouTube. He might have produced some YouTube albums, I don't know. Okay, so what I just did, as I showed you, so I got two of those staples in here. I had the original, like this, it's going this way and this way. So I had these middle ones already done earlier today, as you saw me doing. And I just went around and I put the staple in the hole that I already had drilled. And with the hammer, I just tapped it to give myself a pilot mark. As you could see, kind of these little ones here. And now I'm just going around and drilling those out. And I'll have those ready to go. I have to meet the president of the Little League tomorrow, because before I start writing on this ball and getting ready to engrave it and router it out or Dremel it out, or however you want to call that, I don't have all the past winners. I only have up to 2009, I think. So I'm missing years. And I want to make sure I have all those. And plus it's close to 7 o'clock. And although I didn't watch much hockey all year and haven't been in years past, anytime the playoffs roll around and I do have an evening to myself, I'll watch some playoff hockey. And tonight, Edmonton's just about to start Game 3 of their series with the LA Kings, and that's notched up at that's 1-1. So I want to go inside and relax and watch that. Yeah, my neighbor Ewan didn't come over to throw the ball, so that's too bad. He must be busy. Actually, where he plays his little league is over where I walk my dog. And I saw action tonight. So he might be playing himself tonight. Tedious, but I don't know, sometimes I just don't mind doing the tedious stuff. A lot of the times on the crews that I work at, building and doing renovations and stuff like that, I'm always the guy that they always get me to do the kind of the smaller, like tedious sorts of little jobs. Oftentimes I like it. I just find it relaxing, actually. Okay, I'm recording, yes. Couple of videos, couple of sessions today I went through and I didn't record them. I thought I had it, but I didn't. I'm almost done of all these holes. And so that's 108 times 4 across. 400 and what's that? 32, 432 holes. And I don't want to jinx myself, but I was just saying to myself, I hope this drill bit doesn't break in there. And watch it happen. Murphy's Law. So 432 holes, well that's kind of like the, similar to the amount of holes in the thinking that's going on out there in our society these days, in many ways. I just had a chat with a guy at the park with the dog. You know, we're both kind of similar in age, Generation Xers. And we were just like kind of thinking, you know, it doesn't seem like to be much proper dialogue happening. It's just like you gotta go this way or that way. And, you know, I'm having lots of conversations out there with lots of people that are feeling the same way. So it's not just me, and I'm, you know. Well, okay. So that, ladies and gentlemen, has been... That's good. Like, you know, am I satisfied with my day? Yeah, kind of. I had a day off from the job, and I was kind of, you know, moving around a little gingerly there. I spent a lot of the time with the dog. She was alone all week, which I felt bad doing. You know, I got this ball kind of figured out. I do wish that I had all of the winners, and I'd be able to kind of get up in the morning, write them out, and have it ready to go. And then after I put those in, like I say, I'll be able to kind of stain them a little darker, very fine tuning. And then you can be able to see it. And then I will cover that with a nice clear oil and then the red stitches. And that'll be cool, man, I think. Sticks into the trophy, and Bob's your uncle. Okay, I'm cleaning up, going in and watching Game 3 of the hockey, Edmonton, LA. And, you know, the reason I'm interested in that, and many other people are too, and if you guys aren't hockey fans at all, but, you know, there's a very special player named Connor McDavid, and he's, unanimous best player in the world, and he is a special talent. So anytime I have a chance to watch him play, I take it, and that's many other people feel the same way. He is unbelievable to watch. So I'm gonna do a quick cleanup, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, which will be a Saturday. I got a friend coming over. We're gonna have another. I'm gonna get the arm working again, and he's a glove guy. He works on gloves and stuff like that. So he's gonna give me some tips for when I put the. I'm gonna do some lacing in the glove up top, and he'll tell me a couple of tips. I want his eye on that. So that's tomorrow, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks for hanging out with me today, folks.